The Most High God is waiting on the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man that's tired of this wickedness that's going on in the earth. Whether it be us committing sin or whether it be the other nations that comes against us in wickedness. He's waiting on you to choose him. And that's the only way we're going to get out of our current conditions. But our people, they got everything else to do on God's 7th day. They got this to do. They got that to do. They got to go buy this. They got to go sell this. They got to go try to basically make ends meet. Why? Why are you sitting back saying, oh, I got to make ends meet? But meanwhile, you're not understanding the system that you're playing into. Read what you got.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
So it says, I'm going to go into my place until they acknowledge their offense. All offense is the dress code, because we got a dress code. And all people are out of order according to how they're supposed to dress. All people are out of order according to what they eat. All people are out of order according to who they're supposed to marry. All people are out of order according to what they put in their body.
Right.
Smoking, drinking, getting drunk. These are the things, the reason why God looked down on the earth and he is upset. And we're going to continue to get killed, shot down in the streets for our disobedience and rebelliousness. Read.
Till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face.
So the Most High God, give me Psalms 94 verse 16. The Most High God is waiting on the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man that's tired of this wickedness that's going on in the earth. Whether it be us committing sin or whether it be the other nations that comes against us in wickedness. He's waiting on you to choose him. And that's the only way we're going to get out of our current conditions. But our people, they got everything else to do on God's 7th day. They got this to do. They got that to do. They got to go buy this. They got to go sell this. They got to go try to basically make ends meet. Why? Why are you sitting back saying, oh, I got to make ends meet? But meanwhile, you're not understanding the system that you're playing into. Read.
There's the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
So the Most High God said, who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Right.
That goes into all people that commit evil as well. We oppose to all evil acts, whether it be us committing the evil acts or the other nations. Now give me Hosea. Give me Hosea 4 verse 1. Because if it's always evil against evil. We don't care who commit the evil. We are speaking up and against it because God is against it. Read what you got.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
You children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. When you walk past the word of God, God is talking to you. When you pull your shoulder away from God's word, he is trying to speak to you. These are his words. Read.
For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
God got a controversy against the inhabitants of the land. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, God has a problem with how we deal with each other. Why? Give me that in Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1. Yes, sir. You got a question, sis? You want to know who we are according to the Bible? Come on, I got you, sis. I got you. We come out here for you. Give me that in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. Read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Where is God's voice, sis? What's your name? I can hear you. Close. You said Ashanti?
Yes.
Okay, so where can we find God's voice? Because can we hear God's voice in Memphis, Tennessee? Why you think we can't?
It's good to like pray and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But like at the same time, there's a lot of people that don't believe in it, and a lot of people that have problems trying to pray, and they feel like it's not working for them and stuff.
So do you want me to tell you why prayer don't work? What that is in John 9? Yeah. You want me to tell you why when people pray that they really don't believe? So if you praying and God ain't answering your prayers, are you gonna believe in God?
I really believe in Him. I believe in a higher power.
Right. But if you praying, just say if you praying, steady praying and ain't nothing that you asking for is coming to pass, are you gonna continue to believe in that source? Because that's ultimately what goes on with our community. You're going to have some doubts, right? But you got to figure out, like, why my prayers are not getting heard. Why they're not being heard by the Lord. Read what you got.
It's the book of John, chapter 9 and verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
It says God heareth not who?
Sinners.
So God don't hear sinners. So now we got to ask what question? Am I in sin? Because what makes me a sinner? Get what sin is. So if God don't hear sinners, now we got to figure out what is a sinner and what caused me to be in sin. Read.
Let's the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgressive also the law.
It says whosoever committed sin, also God laws. Give me who he gave the laws to in Psalms. So we're gonna walk step by step. So do you know what sin is now?
Yeah.
What?
Sin is like, it could be like a bad thing, right?
Bad thing, according to who though?
God, right?
According to God. So to make it more plain, bad things meaning it says whosoever sins committed what? Transgression of what? The law. So what makes us sin is when we go against God's laws. Did you know God got laws for us to keep in the Bible? You know, not one law? Never heard of the 10 Commandments? You never heard of the 10 Commandments?
My mom is more spiritual.
Ah, so you didn't go to church?
I did when I was little, like 6.
So once you got a little older, you stopped going. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Going to church ain't right. But we're going to continue on. Read what you got.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 78 and verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel.
A law in Israel. So he gave the laws to who? Israel. So now that links back to your identity, because do you know what Israel means? Do you know what an Israelite is? What about you, sis? Do you know what an Israelite is? Do you know your nationality? What is it?
I'm black.
You black? That's a color.
Yeah. Judah.
You Judah? Where can you read about you there?
On this paper.
On the paper? No, but even that paper, it has to come from somewhere before we put it on the paper.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible? Where about?
I don't know.
You don't know? We're going to find out. Look, here go your sister. We your brother. Let's all find out together, because if you see these signs over here, you see these names on this side, these are all God-given biblical names. On that side, you see those names? Those are the names that they gave us when we suffer through the affliction and torment when we was going into slavery. Who this history right here happened to? Did it happen to any other nation? The white man?
Probably, I think maybe like the Mexican.
The Mexican?
They were dark
Look over there.
Or like the Indian.
Look over there. Look, you see them names? You got the Mexican down there, Issachar, second to the last, the Aztecs, and you got the Seminole Indians, the American Indians. All of us are all the same people. And this history right here, it's us, and it shows us. Because can we read about that history in the Bible? We can't? Yeah, we can. All history is in the Bible. This is our history book.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
Give me that and go back to where you at. Yeah, get Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it says, if you didn't want to listen to the voice, don't get sidetracked by your phone, because this is the most important information on the earth. It's the reason why they explain why we went through this and why we're still on the bottom of society as a nation of people. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It says, if you don't want to listen to God's word and do what he said do, he was going to put curses upon us. Now, when you look at us as a nation of people, just in the city of Memphis alone, are we a blessed nation of people, or are we a cursed nation of people? And what does curse mean? Mean bad things, right? Good. Do you agree? So not only in the city of Memphis, throughout America, right? So God is telling us, since y'all didn't want to listen to me, just like you got kids. What about you? Well, you got nieces and nephews. You've been around somebody, you've been around a parent before, right? So when that parent gives the kids an order to do something, what happens when those kids don't abide by the parents' rule? They get timeout punishment. Guess what? This is God's way of punishing us to come back to keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Just like if you don't want to listen to your parents, ultimately you can't stay in the same house. They kick you out. That's God kicking us out for our disobedience. But God is trying to have compassion on us so we can come back, so he can put us in our rightful position. Ain't y'all tired of not having protection from the black man? Being a part of shootouts? Having to the point where our brothers' minds are so messed up, so when they see you as a sex object and not a wife. Ain't y'all tired of that? Right now, y'all out here by yourself. Guess what? That's out of order. Because from the ancient times, you was in the household with your father. And once you left the household of your father, guess who else household you was under? Your husband. So you was always under the protection of the man. Right now, we are all out of order as a nation of people. Meanwhile, you look at the so-called whites, you look at the Arabs, the East Indians, guess what they got? They got that hedge of protection from their men, but we don't. All because of the disobedience of God's word.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
It says God was going to bring us into Egypt again. How do we get over here on this side of the earth?
They say we came on boats.
Came on boats? What about you?
Okay.
We came on boats? What God said?
That's a whole nother thing.
What did God's word just say?
I don't know.
Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Now Egypt, when we was in Egypt, because God sent Moses to Pharaoh and tell him to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. That was us serving in captivity, in slavery. So now God said, look, just like you was in Egypt serving bondage, I'm going to send you into slavery again to serve in bondage, but I'm going to send you a certain way. Read.
Again with ships.
So how did we get over here on this side of the earth? Who?
Ships?
Yeah, ships. It's documented. What them ships at? Oh, right there. Yeah. This right here. This is history. Now imagine being packed on cargo slave ships. Sis, every month, a week out of every month, what period do women go through? I just gave it to you.
You're right.
Huh?
I said
it's a cycle, right?
Yeah.
Imagine being packed, our foremothers and forefathers being packed on these ships. Look, you see how we packed up on these ships? Imagine if the woman is up top and she, for a week, have a menstrual cycle. Where does that blood goes?
Going down.
Yeah, it's going down. All of them going to experience for a week blood from cycle of the women. Those are the atrocities that we went through. Why did God take us through that? You got to answer. Why did God take us through that?
I have to go.
Huh?
I have to go.
You have to go. Did you get a flyer?
Yes, I'm here.
Huh?
Yeah, I got
All right, check that out. But why did God take us through that? Read Deuteronomy 28, verse 15 again.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So why God said these curses is going to come upon and take us? What's your name, brother? David? Oh, you got a powerful name, bruh. David. That's easy to remember right there. Why did God say these curses was going to come upon us and overtake us?
Basically, we was disobedient.
We was disobedient to what?
His word.
Let me show you how we was disobedient. Give me Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. Hold on real quick. I'm going to read this scripture and then you can leave after that because I got to correct you. This is the reason why God did this to us and this to us. Because it said we didn't listen to his word. We disobeyed his word. Read what you got.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman,
The who?
the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
It says the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. What pertains to a man, brother? Clothing wise.
That's a good question. I don't know.
You don't know? What about you, sis? What pertains to a man? Clothing.
no idea.
No idea? Okay, read on.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
What? It's a woman garment that men shouldn't wear.
Like undergarments.
A dress? So, what's clothing that men wear that women shouldn't wear?
I guess boxes.
Boxes? That's it? What about you?
Shit, nowadays, shit.
Right.
I got a quick question. Your clothing that you have on. What's right here? It's a zipper, right? What purpose does that zipper serve for you? Because we all got a zipper. Now your clothing, you don't have, but that particular clothing, you don't have a zipper. But typically, the pants that we wear as men have zippers, right? What purpose does that zipper serve for you?
Use that restroom.
Right. Now why? Her zipper is on her pants. What purpose does it serve? Meaning she don't supposed to have pants on. Women, naturally, women's supposed to have a constant flow of air down here. You don't get that. That's the reason why. What y'all catch? Yeast infection. Why? Because there's no airflow circulating down there. They have an open wound down there. We don't have an open wound. So henceforth we can wear pants. And it's also considered an abomination to the Lord. He created the body, right? When you go to a car dealership, they manufacture cars all over the world. They tell you to put gas in it. Guess what? Do you put diesel in it? No. Why? Because you're going to mess up the engine. So God created you from us, and he knows what you're supposed to condone yourself in as far as dress code. So now you know this. So now you can't say, well, God, they didn't warn me. I didn't know nothing about the Bible. Because a lot of our people dying at the hands of our own people, but meanwhile, nobody is trying to turn to the Lord.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support